Wait. Wasn't I just sprawled over my computer watching a short drama? How did I open my eyes and end up in the company hallway? Stellaris Group, Guyanchuan, Dawnlight contract. Shit, it all lines up. I actually transmigrated into that corporate drama I watched last night.
Xiao Man, what are you spacing out for?
Boss Gu is waiting for the final contract.
Oh god, how do I stop him from signing? This isn't a lifeline order. It's a landmine. Page 19, Appendix 3. All delay liability dumped on Stellaris, and added demands with no repricing. How do I warn the boss not to sign such a raw deal?
New hire? Give me the marketing contract. The signing meeting isn't the place for you to zone out.
Manager Zhou, hasn't the final version been rechecked against the appendix?
The VP of Legal already reviewed it. It's your first day. Don't go raising random questions.
Fine. Legal reviewed the main contract. The appendix was swapped by Suminger at the last minute. On the surface it's concessions. Underneath, nothing but stranglehold clauses. Clause 7, acceptance criteria set solely by Dawnlight.
That's literally handing them the knife.
Boss Q, Dawnlight is offering significant scale. Sign it. Stellaris' cash flow will be secured for the year. Our boss Gene values Stellaris highly, and hopes we can lock this partnership down today.
The appendix has been confirmed.
Confirmed as standard delivery terms.
Confirmed my ass. Nobody rechecked a damn thing. Standard. 1 day of delay docks 3% of the entire batch. Over 7 days cancels all follow-up orders, and Stellaris eats the difference. The production line isn't even stable yet. Bosku, don't just stand there with that cold, handsome face. A cold face won't prevent a breach of contract. Guyanchuan, wake the hell up. What you're about to sign isn't a contract. It's the opening act of the board forcing you out in 30 days. Suminger is just waiting for you to put pen to paper.
Should I even try to stop this? If I speak up, will he fire me? But page 19 really does have a problem.
Give me the contract. Turn to page 19.
Boss Q, the appendix has been checked. It won't affect today's signing.
I said page 19.
Yes, right here. Is this the razor-sharp instinct of an alpha CEO? Keep going. Clause 7. The acceptance criteria has no parameters. It just says subject to Dawnlight's actual usage requirements. The moment that line kicks in, no matter how many versions Stellaris delivers, it'll never be enough.
Why does this clause have no specific parameters?
Client shifts. Fixing scope kills collab. We can supplement it later.
Supplement it later means take the fall later. In the original story, this exact dynamic adjustments line. Product reworked 8 versions overnight. Boss, wake up. Stellaris will become a full-scale scapegoat factory.
Suspend the signing. Legal, product, finance. Reassess all appendix risks. Written opinions on my desk in 2 hours.
Boss Q, a temporary suspension isn't exactly appropriate.
If you truly value this partnership, you should clarify the terms. A vague start only leads to an uglier fallout.
Why stare at me? I'm just new.
If the signing falls through, don't pin it on me.
The minute taker stays.
Bosku, I'm only responsible for taking minutes.
Lin Xiaoman.
How does he know my name? First day on the job, and the CEO singles me out? Has the plot derailed again?
I'm not going from fired in 3 episodes to fired in 1, am I?
Who gave this contract the final review?
I need to see the process log first. Of course. It's him.
The first strike didn't come from outside. It came from right beside the CEO.
Then we start with the process log. Why did you ask about the appendix review just now?
Bosku, I just thought. Double-checking before signing would be safer. Help. This question feels like a final exams killer problem. If I say, I know you were nearly forced out 30 days from now.
Will he make me pack my things and leave on the spot?
It's not just safer.
New here. Won't say it. Still thinking it. Page 19 is a trap. Page 22 is a trap.
This contract isn't a document. It's a floor of tiles laid by Suminger himself.
Every single one designed to trip someone.
Boss Q, Legal is already re-reviewing. Vice President Sue is asking. The client is still waiting in the lounge. Should we arrange to explain the delay?
Tell the client Stellaris will provide a formal written response.
And what about Lin Xiaoman?
She stays. Organize the meeting minutes.
The look in Manager Zhou's eyes was like he was reading a resume about to be sent back for revisions. Day 1, I'm stuck with the CEO. Career over. Like I just spawned into a nightmare difficulty raid. Page 26 is even worse. If Stellaris can't deliver,
Dawnlight can source alternatives for new uses. Stellaris covers any cost difference. Stellaris still pays for the gas.
Lin Xiaoman.
Bosku.
Pull out pages 19, 22, and 26. Cross-reference them with the meeting minutes.
Now? He actually found it. Is this what an alpha CEO is capable of?
That handsome and that sharp. He's straight out of a novel.
Focus.
Yes, Bosku.
Boss Q, the client's getting restless. They're just a few standard clauses. No need to make the new hire nervous over nothing.
He says standard, but he's dying to weld the blame.
Right onto Guyanchuan's back.
If they're standard, explain them clearly, VP Sue.
The Dawnlight deal is critical for Stellaris. If this drags on, the client may not be willing to wait.
The faster you sign a deal you don't understand, the bigger the price.
I'm just a quiet desk plant here. The one with the real problem is you, not me.
Vice President Sue, go steady the client. 2 hours from now. I want a record of all changes to the appendix. Lin Xiaoman,
Bosku.
what do you actually think of this contract?
Bosku, I'm just an assistant in the CEO's office.
Contract assessments should come from legal. The real answer?
This contract is booby-trapped from page 1 to the appendix.
Say it all, and I'm fired tomorrow.
I asked what you think.
Then I can only speak from a meeting notes perspective. Page 19, delay liability. Clause 7, acceptance criteria. And page 26, the alternative procurement shortfall.
Reconfirm these three. I'm being diplomatic.
Any more diplomatic and I'd be wishing Stellaris a happy bankruptcy.
Continue. Seems you found more than 3.
Boss, is your hearing operating beyond normal human range?
I said 3. Auditing my thoughts now? If Dawnlight adds new requirements without resetting the timeline, Stellaris will be stuck with the delay.
If acceptance criteria don't specify parameters,
Any dispute will land on Stellaris.
if Stellaris has to cover the alternative procurement shortfall,
Our cash flow's gonna get strangled.
From Bosku's initial review, delay liability is a key risk. And alternative procurement shortfall. Those need renegotiation.
Thanks to legal for stepping in. Finally, I'm not alone defusing bombs.
Take those 3 items Lin Xiaoman just listed. Review them. Report in 30 minutes.
Listed by Assistant Lin?
Heh. I just compiled the meeting minutes. Right. I'm just a minutes courier. The risks sprouted legs and walked into the spreadsheet by themselves.
Bosku, the client's getting impatient. A few wording risks don't warrant reopening negotiations.
Legal position is that renegotiation is mandatory.
New hire already spotted what legal missed. Here comes Gentle Knife, move 2. Praising you to your face.
You're making yourself a target.
not selling insurance is a loss to the entire industry.
He compiled the minutes. The final judgment was mine.
He's shielding me. Stay cool.
Or maybe he just doesn't want the company floors getting wet. If we sign this version,
Downstream commitments must change too. The promo timeline and delivery timeline will be at war. Then change them together.
Bosku, Dawnlight might not accept that.
Rejecting unclear terms.
Is better than accepting unclear liability. Gu Yinchuan didn't sign this time.
Stellaris dodged the first bullet. Wait.
so does that mean I don't have to quit by episode 3? Lin Xiaoman.
Here, you'll sit in and take notes. I'm going to.
Don't you know the appendix inside out?
Huh? What do I know?
I just read ahead. That's all.
VP Sue, notify Dawnlight. Stellaris wants to renegotiate the appendix.
VP soon notified Cheng Wang that Xingyao wants to renegotiate the appendix.
That look says I won't survive probation. First, survive this afternoon.
Before noon, give me a complete risk table.
Yes, Bosku.
Getting the signing delayed on day 1? She's got some nerve. Assistant Lin, this project today involves marketing, product, client, 3 lines. Follow procedure first. Don't freeze the room the moment you walk in.
Manager Zhou, got it. Sis, don't look at me like that. Right now,
I'm a rookie lost in a board meeting. Intact outside.
but steamed through on the inside.
I'm not blaming you. It's just that in the corporate world, seeing a problem is one thing. Getting others to accept the problem is another.
Thanks, Manager Zhou. I'll learn.
Xiaoman, Bosku put a lot of trust in you today. A newcomer's call affecting an annual order? That's big.
Here it comes. Velvet knife, move 3, put me on a pedestal.
Then wait for me to fall. VP Sue, I only filed. The final call was made by Bosku and legal.
Good. Going forward, when you see supplier files, do me a favor and apply today's standard to those too. Don't just stare at contracts.
Chiming. Great. Here comes the next landmine. Samples are champions. Bulk looks slapped together.
Lin Xiaoman.
Bosku.
Supplier files. Preliminary summary on S by 9 a.m. tomorrow. Preliminary summary.
You can't be serious, boss. I'm just a rookie.
Not some all-purpose food processor. Yes, Bosku.
Everyone saw the samples. Solid. What this new product lacks most is a cost edge. I suggest we push it to market as soon as possible.
If we can get the price down, market side is actually manageable.
Samples look good, made on a mini line. Hand-polished. Mass production will differ. Durability drops. Market issues will follow. It'll be a disaster.
Lin Xiaoman. Risk checklist.
Bosku, this is only my preliminary pass. Dawnlight's quote is low and lead time is short. But there's no complete mass production test record.
And no proof of large order delivery in the same category.
Xiaoman, caution is a good thing. Give suppliers a chance. They'll cut margins. Missing this window would be a shame too.
Cut margins? More like lowball Stellaris to get on board, then bury us under rework costs. Vice President Sue says that so smoothly, almost like he rehearsed it.
We can give him a chance, but we still assess the risk.
Boss Q, today? Dawnlight may not be ready for that.
Inspection shows the unprepared reality.
That's the whole point. An unprepared line tells us. Real factory or sample studio?
Lin Xiaoman and Chen Lu, you're coming with me. Vice President Sue, you're responsible for notifying Dawnlight.
Boss wants to inspect the production line this afternoon. Get your side ready immediately. Why the sudden inspection? Boss Q, this is the standard we always work to. Sample and production must match.
That's a bold claim. The display area looks like a showroom. Check the warehouse, not just the front.
The kitchen hasn't even been uncovered yet.
Let's check the warehouse too.
The warehouse is a bit messy. We don't want to ruin your experience.
We're here to assess supply capacity, not visitor experience.
The white labels on the left are the sample materials.
Right side yellow labels are cheap batch materials.
The durability tests will definitely fail.
This isn't cost cutting. It's a landmine.
Run spot checks on both batches of material.
Boss Lu, the white labels are for display samples. Yellow labels are optimized materials. Same performance. No need to test everything.
Texture and resilience differ. If mass-produced, then they must be tested.
Spot checks take time. Teaming has more production after. Losing half an hour is cheaper than half a month of rework.
This data doesn't meet our original design specifications.
See? See? The samples come dressed in a three-piece suit.
Batch goods and a throw-on jacket. Good we didn't sign.
Otherwise Stellaris would have won another rework gift basket.
The teaming partnership is on hold, pending a full retest report.
Do you have any idea?
People who are too smart don't last long on the corporate ladder. Xiaoman, your position has been temporarily reassigned over there.
Near the file room. Convenient for risk documentation. Understood. Thank you.
All right, got it. Thanks.
Got it. Contract saved. Production line checked. And now my desk is gone. No matter where you work, there's always a bench on the sidelines.
The only difference is mine happens to be right next to the printer.
Re-archive the new product materials, test logs, supplier reports, complaint alerts, all in chronological order.
Who's handling it?
Lin Xiaoman will be involved. She's familiar with the risk checklist format.
Boscu, I'll get up to speed as fast as I can.
I only met that thing yesterday, Boscu.
Are you adding a cushion to my bench? Or bolting wheels to the bottom of it?
Don't overthink it. Desk rotations are normal in the executive office. You did stand out today.
I understand. I didn't want to stand out. I just want to keep the company and my job intact. And now? The spotlight missed my face and dumped me straight at the archive room door.
You're sorting these files?
Boscu asked me to pull the anomaly records first. That material issue with engineer Chiming. Were there any internal warnings about this before?
Why are you asking?
I'm just filing by timeline. Nothing more. The production halt recommendation, someone flagged it 2 months ago. Then why did no one listen? Wait. This routing comment. The final sign-off is Suminger.
You came to me just for this report?
I just want to verify the timeline.
2 months ago, you already flagged the batch material risk.
Why didn't it make it into the project meeting?
You're asking me? After I submitted the report. It was like throwing a stone into thick carpet. Not even a sound. And now you suddenly dig it up.
No, that's not what I meant. Don't blow up at me. I'm just a rookie checking files. I wasn't sent by Suminger.
If your report had been heard earlier, Stellaris could have avoided a massive detour. The unstable orange label material tests from Chiming, they match your report. Low toughness substitute materials with batch variations. It lines up.
And these 3 entries, the client feedback all points to the same issue. Slight housing deformation after continuous use.
Where did you dig up this feedback?
Discarded version folder. Maybe no one ever organized it. Or maybe someone didn't want them showing up together.
The problem with this version is the rushed launch timeline. Material margin was cut too thin. As long as core functionality holds. Cut the 2 flashy selling points. And redo the durability testing. It's not a lost cause.
Finally, someone's telling the truth. The product isn't the problem. Someone's been burying the voices from the front line. Had anyone listened, Stellaris wouldn't be hit this hard. When did Bosco get here? Don't say I look like I'm scheming again.
Tomorrow, 9 a.m. You report directly to me. Bring the rework plan. Don't just list the problems.
Got it. I'll get it ready. Engineer Chen, that report is 2 months old. Pulling it out now to demand a line shutdown, isn't that a bit extreme? It's not a shutdown. The current version has to be reworked. The cheating material data only exposed a systemic issue. Our original version has the same margin shortfall.
Teasers are live. Clients await prototypes. If we rework now, the entire launch timeline collapses.
I know, but look at this test curve. It's clearly off. If we don't fix it now, the damage later will be far worse.
Engineer Chen, don't just bring problems. Bring solutions.
Tell us how to protect delivery. Prioritize core functionality.
Drop the gimmicks. Redo durability tests.
Not a material science thesis defense.
If we halt the current version, how do you guarantee delivery?
3 steps. 1. Retain core functionality. Cut 2 non-essential cosmetic features to reduce material strain. 2. Activate the backup materials plan. Costs go up, but stability improves. 3. Redo tests in 7 days. First 20 rework units go to Dawnlight.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Why didn't you lead with that? Even the room temperature just went up 2 degrees.
7 days. Who owns the delay fallout?
I do, but starting today, all product, marketing, and supplier data gets synced to the risk register. Marketing shifts from fastest launch to stable and reliable. Shenlu, give me the rework schedule by tonight. Legal, adjust the client communication strategy immediately.
I'm on it.
I can do this.
Bosco's cold face finally does more than cool air.
He can steady a room.
Today, he's a human tranquilizer. Sugar-free, high potency. He keeps getting better.
New product launch delayed by 7 days. Proceed according to the rework plan.
Bosco, the losses from this delay. The board is going to demand answers.
The teaser videos are already out. We shifted the messaging from fastest launch to stable and reliable. The comments section is definitely going to ask why.
Don't force speed. Show real test data.
The rework process. Stability comparisons.
Clients fear late and still broken. Stop obsessing over speed. Shouting fastest launch now? Calling instant noodles a feast? No one buys it.
Clients are even less stupid.
You're just an assistant. What do you know about marketing?
Nothing. I'm just thinking casually from a customer's perspective. I don't get marketing. I only know the plot. The more you hype, the harder you crash. And in the end, the trending hashtags run redder than the financial reports.
The first rework prototype can be assembled tonight. But durability testing will run at least until dawn.
I'll stay here for the results.
Bosco, right now, it's like a bottomless refill of cold coffee.
Bitter, yes. But it keeps you awake.
Core functionality stable. Initial testing passed.
It's Dawnlight's boss Gene.
Bosco, Dawnlight has decided to cancel tomorrow's acceptance review. Without reliable delivery proof, partnership pauses. Bosco, Dawnlight can wait 7 days. But we cannot build a project on unstable delivery. Shinijo's price is lower. Boss Gene, regarding pricing. Stellaris can concede further.
Direct price cuts hurt downstream structure.
Cutting prices now is discount coupons after failing. Clients will only suspect you more. Like you have something to hide.
Boss Gene doesn't want the lowest price. He wants reliable delivery. Reliable, not verbal.
Delays, material swaps, rework. 3 issues stacked. How do I explain that internally? Bosco, keeping the order is the top priority. We can negotiate the price back later.
A price cut, once given, is like spilled coffee.
Even wiped clean, it leaves a stain. Cash flow is already tight.
Cut more, and Stellaris sacrifices itself to cushion it.
Price stays. Today Stellaris shows 3 things. First, real-time test data from the rework prototype. Second, a 7-day delivery schedule with named owners. Third, missed targets means Stellaris compensates. We won't let Dawnlight carry vague risk.
I want the written proposal before 6 tonight.
Yes, Lin Xiaoman. You keep tracking the client meeting minutes and organize the test data as well.
I'm joining the proposal team too.
You took the most complete notes just now.
Most complete? Boss, are you sure you don't mean I heard the most? Help. I'm just the rookie taking notes in the corner. How did I suddenly get dragged onto the proposal table?
Within 4 hours, give me a draft that puts the client at ease.
Team Z1 only cares about results. Let's just cut the price by 8% to lock in the order first. Faster than writing up all these complicated commitments.
A price cut will brand the new product as cheese goods. Immediately possible to raise the price after later.
We can't cut prices. It's in the original plan. That's what caused the cash flow hole. We need phased delivery, quality compensation, and open test data. Plug every single thing the client is afraid of, one by one.
Lin Xiaoman, put your chart up on the screen.
I just broke down Boss Gene's questions from earlier. Price isn't his only concern. He cares more about who takes responsibility and how it gets fixed.
To put it bluntly, don't just say I'm great.
Show my flaws openly.
Clients want security, not a fire sale. Write it in this direction.
Boss Goo, this kind of proposal
Is laying all our weaknesses on the table. If we hide flaws, clients assume a trap.
Laying them out at least lets him see how we plan to fix them. Lay it out so he can see how we'll fix it.
We're not the cheapest, but our risk assessment is the clearest.
Stellaris doesn't do empty promises, only verifiable commitments.
Tomorrow I'll personally inspect your testing line. I'm not interested in a showroom performance. I want to see how you handle problems when they surface. This slide shows before and after rework comparison. The right side is the new durability test curve.
Wait, this isn't a reworked unit, it's an old prototype. Who mixed an old unit into the display area?
The trust Stellaris just built is about to collapse.
Shenlu, re-verify every display prototype ID.
Boss Goo, we already ran through the process log. Checking again, won't that make us look nervous?
With the client here, we need to be thorough.
Understood, Boss Goo. It's an old test unit. It shouldn't be in the display area.
1 second away from a live demo disaster.
Boss Goo's reflexes are insane.
Living up to the reputation, a stone-faced risk scanner.
Trace the source of that old unit. Start immediately after testing ends. Boss Gene, Stellaris doesn't hide internal process failures, but we will never let a defective unit reach acceptance.
Someone in your company doesn't want you to win. I won't pull the order yet. Tomorrow I want to know how this old unit got mixed in. Boss Goo, I suggest an internal review first. Maybe a warehouse temp grabbed the wrong unit. No need to blow this up. Gray tag old units and blue tag rework units are stored separately. The chance of a mix-up is extremely low.
A mix-up? Did the old unit grow legs and walk from the warehouse to the display stage?
Boss Goo, this is the display area transfer order. The gray tech old unit was checked out last night at 8 p.m. The approval account belongs to Vice President Sue's assistant.
My assistant only handles process data entry. That doesn't mean I know every single prototype ID.
There it is, the classic line. The account made the call, not me. If nothing goes wrong, it's great management.
If something goes wrong, it's just data entry.
From now on, prototypes, suppliers, client files. All verbal approvals are suspended. Every transfer requires dual signatures and full system logging.
Then how do we respond to Boss Gene?
Send him a process tracking report tomorrow. Today, get to the bottom of this.
I'm taking over the internal audit. Whoever signs off explains. Whoever handles it provides the evidence.
Shinlun, this is just a prototype process issue. No need to escalate to a full audit.
A small process, a major client. Stellaris can't afford another round of ambiguity.
Damn. These Goo siblings are relentless. One's cold as a freezer. The other's precise as an audit system. VP Sue smile today.
Is finally starting to crack.
This meeting is adjourned. VP Sue, you'll cooperate with Gu Qinglong. Pull your assistant's account activity for the last 7 days.
Gu Yanchuan's already on the hunt.
Based on current receivables, rework costs, and client acceptance timelines, Stellaris has at most 45 days of cash flow. If the Dawnlight order confirmation is delayed, that window shrinks.
Contract delays, product rework, internal audit. These three stack on top of each other. The market won't wait for Stellaris to explain itself slowly.
If we don't see receivables and order recovery within 30 days, management restructuring becomes unavoidable.
I don't want it to come to that either. But if Boss Goo is under too much pressure, I'm willing to step in and handle the fallout. At minimum, stabilize the supplier's big cash flow.
Handle the fallout? That's exactly what you did in the original plot. Step in first,
then sell off core business to competitors at a discount. And finally, package yourself as the hero firefighter.
VP Sue, your scheming is so loud the conference table can hear it.
I don't need anyone handling my fallout. I need 30 days.
What can 30 days do?
1. Complete the reworked prototype delivery and secure Dawnlight acceptance. 2. Suspend all verbal approvals. Complete the prototype and supplier process audit. 3. Rebuild the new product delivery schedule. Give clients verifiable progress.
What's your guarantee?
Signed accountability. Test data. Client milestones. Daily cash flow reports. Synced to the board every 3 days.
Now that's more like a leading man. No slogans. Straight to spreadsheets. Cold, sure. But cold with receipts.
If there are no results after 30 days, I'll accept a board reassessment.
I agree to 30 days. But the audit continues. No one interferes.
Agreed. Since we're tightening cash flow, I have a departmental restructuring proposal here. This could free up costs immediately.
Wait, this list is wrong. Cut these people? The product line will have no one left to watch it. Rework just started.
Cutting QA and testing first isn't saving money. It's cutting the seatbelt and bragging the car got lighter.
You're still looking at the layoff list. That's not your responsibility.
I know. I just noticed the people being cut. They overlap with the earlier material risk reports, the teaming spot checks, and the rework testing.
Take this QA supervisor. 2 months ago,
He signed off on Don Light's line shutdown recommendation.
this tester handled the orange label material documentation, and this materials engineer wrote the backup material proposal notes. Damn. Suminger isn't trimming dead weight.
This is surgical removal of every alarm bell. The company is already smoking.
He's ripping out the smoke detectors first.
Give me the list.
Bosku, this is only my preliminary sorting. It might not be complete.
Enough.
Bosku, cost reduction always comes with growing pains. The list is ranked by salary, overlapping duties, and short-term necessity.
Do you know what this means? From now on, all layoff recommendations are on hold. Every department submits a role value statement. Spell out each person's project milestones, risk responsibilities, and backup plans. That will slow down cost control.
Slower is cheaper than cutting the wrong people. These people are on hold. Any position involved in risk reports, test reviews, or client acceptance stays untouched until the audit is closed.
Notify everyone about the hold list. Don't let the project teams panic.
Understood.
Jinglon, you're a legend. This place can't survive without someone who knows how to read a spreadsheet.
This isn't a workplace. It's a never-ending unboxing of surprises.
And every single one's a dud.
Bosku, raw materials are tight. We can only schedule production at the new price. If Stellaris can't accept that for now, we still have to prioritize already confirmed orders. Already confirmed orders? Bosku, the most important thing right now is getting the product made. We can't let the rework schedule collapse.
We can't let one supplier put us in a chokehold. This isn't a price hike. They're using production scheduling as a noose around Stellaris' neck.
Chen-Lu mentioned a backup material plan before.
It costs a bit more, but the stability is better.
At least the steering wheel stays in our hands.
Can we activate the backup material plan?
Yes. Costs go up, but performance is more stable. We already ran small batch tests last night. Core functionality holds. We just need to adjust 2 structural parameters. Bosku, if we switch plans on the fly, clients will think Stellaris patching is more unstable.
Staying silent is what makes us look unstable. Tell the clients. It's a hell of a lot better than being led around by a supplier.
Don't dress up getting slapped around as taking one for the team.
Sounds noble. Still hurts when you hit the ground.
Jomani, prepare the client briefing.
Understood.
The point isn't switching materials. It's upgrading stability and reducing single supplier risk. Chen-Lu, give me the backup plan test summary before this afternoon. Legal, simultaneously review the supplier's original contract for breach liability.
Bosku, is it necessary to go this hard?
Stellaris respects its partnerships, but we will not hand our delivery lifeline to sudden price hikes.
Beautiful. Finally stopped letting people choke us. And started swapping our own oxygen tank. But with costs going up like this,
There's definitely going to be someone outside stirring up trouble again.
Leak it. Say Stellaris has lost control of its supply chain. Costs are spiraling out of control.
They're spinning delays, swaps, and layoffs into one story. A coordinated smear. I'll refute each point now.
But some of it did happen. The delays are real. And so is the backup material.
We must explain, or we look guilty.
Stop. The more we fight, the guiltier we look. Let the test data and client acceptance speak for us. Don't brawl in comments. Release the data. Put a corrective action log out there. That's worth more than 100 refined statements.
Release the corrective action log and test summary, and the rework results from the original units.
Use facts to shut down the narrative.
Let the clients and the market see what we're doing, not hear what we're arguing about.
yes. Bosku is like a human noise-canceling headset right now.
Finally shut off all the static.
All external communications. Avoid mudslinging. Every single item gets a source, a timestamp, and an owner.
Bosku, I saw the messages online. Dawnlight won't cancel the acceptance for now, but I want to see the corrective action log and test summary you release tomorrow.
You'll have them before 9 a.m. tomorrow.
This template works. From now on, all public sentiment responses follow this framework first.
Just finished. Manager Joe praised me.
Not hardware. Power and motherboard are fine. Demo system has an older software version. But the corrective action log is due tomorrow morning. Boss team will be looking at the test number 2.
The backup unit. In VH1's office safe. There's a final test version backup unit. In the original storyline, this very prototype is what tanked at the launch event.
Go to my office safe. Get the final test version backup unit.
Huh, he actually has a backup unit. As expected of a stone-faced CEO. Even his safe doubles as a plot backup power source.
The backup version checks out. It'll hold for tomorrow's demo. But the fault log has to stay.
Keep it. Pull the last access record.
Prototype's glitchy before launch? That's serious. Do you need me to coordinate with marketing? Should we drop it into the narrative?
You've got perfect timing. Like a scheduled pop-up.
Ignore the spin. Focus.
How about a contingency conscience first?
Found it. The faulty unit's last access. Leaked at 8:47 from marketing. That widens the net. Everyone's on those machines before a launch.
Keep digging. Backup's live tomorrow. Seal it. Logs. We launch. Today's launch event isn't about proving Stellaris has no problems. Stellaris did face delays. We did adjust the supply chain. What we're here to explain is, after the problem hit, how Stellaris fixed it, who owns it, and what data proves the outcome.
Exactly. No spin. Real receipts. Boss Goo is like a human stabilizer today. He stands there. Frozen face, yet you believe.
Like a cold pack from customer support.
Reworked prototype pass core tests. Second, the backup material plan has passed phase stability tests. Third, the Dawnlight acceptance milestone has been mutually confirmed. All risk and liability are written into the delivery sheet. The backup unit is stable and demo ready.
Boss Goo, Dawnlight will proceed with acceptance. Every milestone from here follows the numbers you made public today.
Pulling back from the edge. The rookie actually got in on it today. Just a tiny bit of human corporate rescue.
The log looks solid.
Thank you, Boss Goo.
He actually praised me. The stone-faced CEO gave a compliment without the frost.
Definitely earned a win today. Though I still haven't had time to eat.
Every approval was about buying time, saving the company. As for the anomaly on marketing shared computer, I don't want to point fingers at anyone, but before the launch event, Manager Joe was definitely the most anxious.
I'm just saying she had both access and motive. New product publicity. She was under the most pressure.
Wow, slap on that gentle mask. And then Manager head. Joe Manny was anxious. She's anxious about launch going off rails.
Not about ripping the wheels off herself.
Manager Joe, can I come in?
Are you here to ask why I touched the prototype too?
No. I'm here to help you trace the material flow.
You trust me?
I trust the records. You taught me that. Seeing the problem is one thing.
Getting people to accept the problem is another.
8:47. I couldn't have been at the shared computer. I was in the client conference room at that time, confirming the next day's agenda with Boss Team's team.
Is there a sign-in sheet?
At the time of the anomalous login, Manager Joe was in the client meeting. This wasn't her doing. Someone precisely.
Picked her busiest moment to frame her.
Pull the client meeting sign-in and access logs.
Pull them now. Thank you, Lin Xiaoman.
Don't thank me yet. There's still one missing piece.
The logs prove Manager Joe wasn't at that shared computer. Her project's access was restored.
Beautiful. One access log beats 100 explanations.
Manager Joe finally doesn't have to take the fall for this.
Just another workday. Still holding out for the evidence to win.
If Manager Joe wasn't there, then keep digging. Find out who actually used that computer. Boss Goo, everyone's been on edge for 2 days. A newcomer causing this much trouble makes people uneasy.
Here we go again. Framing an investigation as causing unrest. What's really making people uneasy isn't the investigation. It's that someone buried the problem. The tighter you sit on a pressure cooker, the harder it blows.
What makes people uneasy isn't someone flagging a risk. It's when the risk gets buried. No one's accountable. Starting today, we're opening a direct risk channel. Product, supplier, client, finance, any related risk. Any employee can escalate, bypassing the chain. Identity stays confidential. All reports will be logged through 2 channels. Gu Qinglan's audit team and the CEO's office.
The advance. The black hole from the original plot is surfacing. Could Stellaris money have already been turned into a blade in a rival's hand?
70% of the advance has already been paid. What we've gotten back, 3 summary reports. Heavy repetition, 0 actual channel rollout records.
There's one final payment due this Friday. Hanks is a long-standing partner. Channel expansion takes time. You can't write off the whole investment just because results haven't shown.
3 reports for that kind of money? That's not channel expansion, that's wrapping the new ask in a gift box. In the original story, this company later had business dealings with Shinijo's team. This isn't just ordinary losses, someone took Stellaris' money and turned it into a knife in the opponent's hand.
Then Xiaoman, pull the public records.
On it. Bosku, Hanks co-hosted a supply chain salon run by Shinijo's company last year. Public records also show 2 joint research credits.
People in the same industry know each other. One photo doesn't make normal cooperation a problem.
Of course we can't make a call based on a photo alone, but a photo plus a huge prepayment, low quality reports, and 0 implementation records? That's not coincidence.
No conclusions yet. Freeze the final payment first.
A temporary freeze, Bosku, could trigger pushback from them. Make them produce the service deliverables.
Delivery checklist, staffing logs, proof of channel engagement. Clean delivery, full payment. Murky delivery, liability.
I'll send a formal letter. Suminger was way too calm this time. Calm like he knew all along they'd dig into this. If Hanks bites back, the company gets dragged through the mud again.
Prep internal records for archiving in parallel. If they overreact, we lead with facts.
They're refusing to provide details and saying if Stellaris keeps pressing, they'll release more so-called insider material.
Bosku, already go to this part. Takes now. Open buffer talks. Final payment enters negotiation. At the very least, keep those materials from going public. You're saying we pay them to shut up?
Not to shut up. To contain the damage.
Stellaris just stabilized client sentiment. We can't survive a second wave of controversy.
It's a shame Suminger doesn't sell plastic wrap for a living. He wants to wrap everything. Looks clean on the outside, still sour underneath. No hush money negotiations.
We check Hanks' list item by item. Bosku, some of this. Really is early stage management failure.
Like the supplier evaluation form missing a signature. Only email summaries kept, no full chain. So it's not just the villains handing us knives. The company itself
left its drawers open back then. Not every mess can be pinned on the villain. Some of it is our own dirty dishes. Own it. It stings. Better than letting it rot in the cabinet. The client briefing is moved up to this afternoon.
We proactively address 3 things. What's been verified? Under review, fixes, process compensation, and delivery guarantees. Bosku, if we volunteer all this, won't the clients?
think Stellaris has even more problems? Clients don't fear a company with problems.
They fear a company that hides them. The stone face, though, suddenly looks like a glowing audit lamp.
Face still cold, but the light's damn accurate. The rookie declares, at this moment, he's more useful than the conference room AC. He's more useful than the meeting room AC.
I'll consolidate the corrective actions into a one-page summary. Finance will fill in the payment chain. Marketing and product will supplement the client protection plan.
I can compile the issues clients care about most, sorted by impact, remediation, and timeline.
Good. This afternoon, you'll shadow the data backstage.
Understood. Shadowing data backstage means sitting next to a volcano and numbering the lava. Fine. Corporate life is being scared out of your mind while making the spreadsheets look flawless.
Boss who heard Stellaris was preaching transparency today. I figured I'd come listen in.
Here we go. The gossip vine brought its own camera. That smile of Shinijo's. It's like he set out a tray of thorned fruit at the meeting room door.
Boss who, since Stellaris claims transparency, I have a few questions clients are all concerned about. I trust I'm not intruding.
Go ahead. Today was meant to be an open discussion.
First, the dawn-light delay. Stellaris admits failure. Second, freezing Hank's final payment. Is cash flow tight? Third, with suppliers constantly shifting, who guarantees future deliveries to clients?
On the delay, Stellaris owns project responsibility. Cash flow data is sensitive, not for open forum. Frozen payment applies only to unclear consulting contracts. It's unrelated to project funding. As for supplier changes, the tracking system is open today. Clients can check milestones on-site for protection. We have 3 layers. First, delayed orders trigger compensation per contract. Second, dual inventory. Third, after-sales response. Sync daily. Clients won't wait on internal processes.
Daily sync, not weekly reports?
So same day, changes get same day updates?
Sounds impressive. But who's accountable for these promises? If delays happen again, who do clients go to? Actually, I'd say, today's backstage data filled in the gaps well. Boss Q, Dawnlight can place an additional small batch order to test your new process first.
Boss Chi, did you get the name wrong? I'm just an assistant. I can support with documentation, but directly managing the project. Is that appropriate?
I'm judging by today's response speed. You articulate client impact. That matters more than title.
That's not a compliment. I'm dragged into the fast lane. Plot memory can bail me out in a crisis.
But real project work depends on actual skill.
This rookie hasn't even been peeled yet, and I'm about to be served.
No one's deciding for you. Judge if you can handle it.
And if I decide I can't?
Then we replace you. This project has no room for bravado.
Fine, I'll read it. He didn't push me. That's somehow worse than being pushed. When a stone-faced CEO hands you the power to choose, it's like handing you a brick. You don't have to lift it. But you'd better understand exactly how heavy it is.
If material number 2 is delayed another 2 days, what's the impact on the Dawnlight order?
Only affects assembly of the second batch cosmetic parts.
No impact on first batch functional testing.
Alternative material samples arrive this afternoon. Stability retest will be completed by tomorrow evening. I'll confirm the results to you by the morning after at the latest.
If the retest fails,
We activate Plan B, ship the first batch test units first. Push full mass production back 3 days. The delay portion falls under the compensation clause. After sales team enters early, to prevent scheduling gaps on the client side.
compensation clause details.
Are on page 3. Daily penalty of 0.5% of contract value.
After sales team entry time?
Tomorrow, 9 a.m. I've already synced with the client's point of contact. I actually answered that. Not from the original plot.
Not from guessing landmines. I went line by line last night. Turns out when your spreadsheet gets thicker, your spine does too.
Acceptable. On this project, I want her as the direct point of contact.
Good news, I survived. Bad news.
I think I just made myself the project lead.
Lin Xiaoman, from today onward. You're the interface for the Dawnlight small batch order.
I'll take over.
Xiaoman, something's off with the managers today. Normally they drag their feet signing milestones for 10 minutes max. Today it's like they all switched to power saving mode.
It's normal for people to have concerns. The company's been moving too fast lately. No one wants to get caught in the crossfire just for doing their job.
Damn it. Suminger is reframing the corrective action. As a purge, then dressing up process patching.
As leadership reshuffling. Once the staff panic, project milestones fall apart. And the trust the client just gave us will crumble to dust.
Bosku, how deep is this corrective action supposed to go? Our old processes were loose. A lot of us built things on the fly. Patched later. No one can explain it all.
Exactly. That's the point. We can't let people think.
Settling scores needs protection. Only those who deliberately hid problems should be called out.
If we don't make that clear, everyone will cover their own ass. And no one will dare push the project forward.
Today, rules first. Correct gaps. Not normal trial and error. Second, anyone who proactively backfills records or flags risks will not be penalized for raising issues. Third, only those who had problems or bypassed approvals will face a liability review.
Earlier words could have saved panic.
Half sentences kill workplaces. Half sentences can turn a project into silent mode.
New policy, effective this month. Contributions, risk reports, closed loops will all factor into promotion reviews. It's not about who's loudest. It's about who solves problems and who has the documentation.
Then what about Dawnlight small batch orders? If we flag risks early, will it hurt our scores?
Concealing risks is what hurts you. Flagging them early with a solution counts as a contribution.
It's alive. The project group chat has finally crawled out of the deep freeze.
Back among the living.
Rules, when spelled out, are guardrails.
When left vague, they're tripwires. Everyone's terrified of getting snagged.
Since Bosku is so confident, let's give the board the full picture. New product delays, supplier shakeups, client complaints, PR fires. All of it happened under Bosku's corrective overhaul. If this continues, Stellaris will be dragged into even deeper uncertainty. And your recommendation, Vice President Sue? Cut losses. Fast. Sell off non-core business lines. Bring in external capital. Meanwhile, downsize RD to protect cash flow. Second non-core business line?
Here comes the pretty talk package. He says non-core. What he means is Stellaris' most valuable tech line. External capital. Sounds like a blood transfusion. It's handing Shinijo the keys to the front door.
I know this plan isn't easy to hear. But the company needs realism right now. Bosku's overhaul is too idealistic. Short term, it only amplifies the risk.
Are you done?
Done.
Look at the numbers. The last 30 days, reworked prototype yield rate, up from 61% to 87%. Client order cancellations, down 42%. Dawnlight's small batch follow-up order is already in delivery. The contract's tied to frozen final payments. Hanks still hasn't provided complete delivery details. Why did cash flow recovery improve?
Because after the client protection plan landed, 3 clients resumed phased engagement. Not by slashing prices, by delivery milestones and after-sales response. Rebuilding trust.
Exactly. Don't let the phrase cut losses fast scare you. Cutting losses isn't smashing the pot. It's turning down the flame first. Put the lid on, steady the pot. Zoominger's approach? Sell the whole kitchen. Then claim you'll never need to cook again. How convenient.
My conclusion is simple. Stellaris Group's problems aren't caused by the corrective actions. They've surfaced because of them. Selling off the core business is what truly pushes this company toward irreversible risk.
Bosku, that's just your assessment. The external capital list includes multiple established institutions. They can help Stellaris Group through this transition.
Release the full list, VP Sue. Explain it all here.
Once it's out, who's the blood bag? And who's the straw sucking it dry?
She's in capital. In the past 3 months. All the time. It's normal.
Cheeson Capital has reviewed many projects. Just because they know Boston doesn't mean we discredit their investment capability. Here it goes again.
Casual chats don't count. Only formal meetings count. Knowing someone alone proves nothing. So let's look at the timeline.
After Hanks received a massive advance payment. There's no record of effective channel deployment. Same period. Supplier stalled. Day 3. Cheeson Capital submitted its first acquisition intent for the business line to Vice President Sue. Why didn't these materials enter formal evaluation earlier?
It was only preliminary contact. I didn't submit them. I didn't want to create more panic when the company was at its lowest. Nice spin. When others hide problems, it's concealment.
When he hides problems, it's protecting everyone from fear. Suminger in that mouth of his.
It's a boardroom beauty filter. Ray goes in.
Sparkling corporate bullshit comes out.
One more approval record. Supplier replacement recommendation. Signed off first by Vice President Sue. Hanks payment. Sue expedited it. Both documents bypassed full review.
I chose efficiency. Stellaris Group can't wait for every process to run its course. Opportunities slip away.
Opportunities slip away? Or core business slips away?
Bosku, I admit some of my judgments were not cautious enough. But my intention was to find a more stable path for Stellaris Group. The product couldn't stabilize. Client trust was eroding. External capital isn't necessarily a bad thing.
You say you're finding a way out for Stellaris Group. Where's the improvement plan? No employee retention plan. No client protection clauses.
I recommend suspending them until the investigation is complete. All management authority held by Vice President Sue.
I'll take over the approval chain immediately. Every irregular contract goes back into review.
Well, the velvet knife came in through the front door.
And now the back door's open for a price war. Shinijo's timing is surgical.
He barely caught his breath and he's at it again.
Their pricing is brutal. Small clients are the most sensitive. Some are already asking if we can do limited time discounts. Should we lock in a batch of orders first?
Lower prices, squeeze supply, and after-sales budgets. Literally get even higher.
That's a price trap. Jump in and it feels good at first. But once you're down there, there's no ladder. Stellaris can't win on being cheap. We win while others are still spinning in circles over after sales.
We're the ones who pull clients out of that mess.
We don't chase low pricing. We push a stability delivery plan.
Bosku's proposal.
Extended warranty. Critical parts pre-stocked. Response times in contract. Full transparent progress tracking on every order. Clients aren't buying a quote sheet. They buy on-time delivery and accountability.
Finance can absorb it, but we have to limit the scope. Prioritize clients in acceptance and repeat purchase cycles. Don't overpromise.
Exactly. Serve the meal right to the table.
Add a note, done this, cook, and who to call. Corporate fine dining, minus the romance. Dawnlight small batch order can be our pilot. Daily progress, part status, after sales contact.
All in the client dashboard. They won't need to chase us.
Lin Xiaoman, Dawnlight dashboard goes live tonight. Xiaoman and I, market messaging. Don't emphasize competitor pricing. Led with our delivery service.
Understood. Less arguing. More receipts.
Recovering a company isn't chugging milk tea. You can't inhale it. You'll choke. Steady. No group chat drama today. CPR mode.
Initial results. Stellaris' failure rate is half of rivals. Dawnlight confirmed. We're moving forward with the second batch of testing. Ascension. Really easy life.
Rookie, you've earned an extra drumstick today. But
It'll probably just be a marinated egg from the overtime meal.
inquiries are back. More clients ask about after sales.
Fewer are asking about low prices. Product team, keep improving heat and port stability.
Rivals ship fast and cheap, but after sales pressure builds. Then we don't step on them in our content.
We only discuss our samples, failure rates, and response times.
Clients don't need noise right now. They need certainty. As for Shinijo,
Two clients already want Stellaris for next batch. Expand? Use only real case studies in the promotion. And don't promise speeds we can't deliver.
Don't overpromise. Looking capable will collapse the table. Then take a look. Can we handle this table?
Bosku, Dawnlight will discuss an annual framework deal.
run this plan, results by 9 a.m. tomorrow. If we pass, the annual framework is locked in.
So, can you handle this table?
Bosku, Dawnlight is open to an annual framework deal. One condition, Stellaris must pass the final stress test. Run this plan, results by 9 a.m. tomorrow. Pass it, and the annual deal is locked.
Chen, at the interface load section here.
You only covered standard concurrency and peak concurrency. The extreme scenario, sustained high temperature plus peak concurrency.
Wasn't broken out separately.
That's highly unlikely. No time to test.
Low probability doesn't mean zero probability.
This is exactly what always blows up. It's fine. I recommend a supplementary test. Not to make trouble.
But because in Dawnlight's future usage scenarios,
High temp workshops exist. Peak load could stack. Untested now means bigger fallout post-signing.
Jin, how long will the supplementary test take?
6 hours minimum. Can't finish by 9 a.m. We only manage noon.
Then deliver at noon. Notify Boss Gene first and explain the reason.
A last-minute delay of the final test will affect our internal review.
I know. So Stellaris will absorb the communication cost. But this scenario is tied to Dawnlight's actual usage. We can't skip a test that could impact delivery. Just to submit on time.
Boss Gene, the supplementary test scope.
Sync to downgraded version. See live data.
Give me the complete results before noon. No problem.
She finally said it out loud this time.
The rookie didn't hide behind the stove today. She lifted the lid herself and took a look inside.
Well done.
Stress test passed.
Annual framework cooperation is locked in. Stellaris has scrapped the plan to sell its core business line. Our D stays. Direct escalation is now policy. From now on, every major project, risks, fixes, closures, all logged together.
Cash flow has stabilized. But with this level of transparency, the management pressure is only going to get heavier.
So I support Bosku remaining in charge of operations. But I'm requiring full operational transparency. Approval chains, irregular contracts, client risk. A monthly briefing to the board.
Finally, no sale. Stellaris still has its kitchen intact.
Stove stayed too. Now we file monthly.
Homework for the corporate version of class, but at least.
I don't have to hand the kitchen keys to Shinijo.
Bosku, you're being too harsh. I meant well. I misjudged things. Most deals were for company growth. You can't pin every risk on me alone.
No one is pinning every risk on you. Your off-book deals, bypassed reviews. External capital, all handed over. Legal will review everything against the contracts.
Until that review is complete. Su Mingji is relieved of all management duties.
The blade slid back. No reversal. No public meltdown. Just a pile of documents sealing every exit. Evidence beats shouting. Framework signed. No sale. Done. Can I finally step away in peace now? Wait, hold on. Shouldn't this be the part where they hand me a severance package? Why am I getting an upgrade to my employee badge? I was just about to pull myself out of this project hot pot. How did I get shoved right back into the broth?
Official project lead for Dawnlight. The email is just a notification. This is your letter of appointment.
I was only helping out temporarily, for old time's sake.
Lin Xiaoman. This time it's not temporary. You've earned it.
Great. When the stone-faced CEO stops telling deadpan jokes, the impact hits harder than a quarterly report. The rookie today really does seem to have sprouted a tiny little shoot. Just when I thought I could bow out, I get promoted to project lead on the spot. Good news, the rookie got a promotion. Bad news, the rookie now has to own the entire pot of soup.
Take a seat. In 10 minutes, Yu Qinglan will send you the handover sheet.
Bosku, can I just ask one thing first? Isn't this project lead thing happening a little too fast?
You think it's fast?
I managed to dodge some landmines before, but honestly, some of that was luck. Now that the crisis is over, there won't be as many obvious warning signs. I'm afraid my judgment might be off. Basically, the GPS just went silent. Before it was like pothole in 500 meters. Now the map is just blank, completely blank. I can't exactly drive by smell, can I?
That wasn't luck.
These are all project documents.
And they're also your work product. You compiled the risk list. You built the client bridge. You proposed the remediation plan to their faces. Not one part of it was done by someone else for you.
So I wasn't just coasting on cheat codes after all. The rookie may have gotten shoved around by the plot a few times, but every step after that, I really did hop forward on my own.
Being project lead doesn't mean you have to guess right every time. It means you dare to speak up when something's off. When you spot a risk, you hold the process steady.
And what if I'm wrong?
Then fix it with data. Stellaris runs on rules now. Being wrong isn't the problem. The problem is when no one says anything. You can say no. This role isn't a reward. It's a responsibility.
I can still say no?
Yes.
The less he pushes, the less I can shove the blame back. The stone-faced CEO skipped the deep freeze today. Instead, he just set the choice on the table and let it burn. I'll take it. But I'm warning you now. I'm going to be brutally direct about risks going forward.
Brutally direct is exactly what I need.
Damn, that line hits harder than a promotion email. Fine then. The rookie's officially in the pot. Time to watch the heat. The Dawnlight project review breaks down into 3 parts. First, front-load the risks. Second, full client transparency. Third, close every loop. We're not saying we never made mistakes. We kept our mistakes inside a range where they could still be fixed.
The new batch failure rate keeps dropping. On the low-cost competitor side, their after-sales pressure is still shrinking.
What clients ask about most now is delivery. Scheduling isn't just about price anymore.
So next phase, don't get cocky. Write down clearly what you can commit to. What you can't commit to, say it early. Don't wait for the client to come knocking. We'll hang the sign on the door first.
Lin Xiaoman.
Bosku.
Stellaris pulled through this time. Thank you.
It wasn't just me. Product agreed to retest. Marketing changed their messaging. Finance opened the books. The client gave us one more shot. Stellaris wasn't saved by any single person. It was saved by people finally telling the truth and fixing the problems. Of course, I worked hard too. The rookie can be modest. But I won't erase myself from the mashed potatoes completely.
From now on, project meetings will be held with you here.
That close? I'm afraid my risk warnings might be too blunt and disrupt your work.
Better than having no one tell the truth.
Then I'll try to be constructively blunt.
She already held back. She didn't put "don't get cocky" in the meeting minutes.
Thank him for sparing the minutes.
Project lead Lin. Continue.
Copy that. Another fresh pit this time.
This time we fill the pit before it opens.
Then Bosku, you stay calm. I'll handle the warnings.
You make the calls. I'll actually listen to your project input.